The month of love. Time to express your heartfelt considerations for your friends, your families, and all your loved ones out there. And you know what I happen to just love?
Sonic Underground. Sonic Underground.
You like this?
Sweet love.
The Sonic music.
It reminds us of death.
But in all seriousness, though, to be perfectly frank and honest, I wouldn't call myself like the most ultra mega fan of Sonic. More like a sporadic, blind, untainted appreciation of the series. What I mean by that is, like, you know, when I was a kid, when I ever visited my dad, he had a Genesis, but no Sonic games for it, which in hindsight seems a little odd. But anywho, one of the first games I would eventually play would be Sonic CD, but on a computer. And then just like little bits and pieces here and there. I completely never knew that there was a dark age of Sonic until I started watching YouTube stuff in like the early 2010s and stuff like that. But, you know, like I said, I whenever I'd see them, I'd play them. I was interested. There's lots of reasons to really appreciate the Sonic franchise as a young boy back in my day. Now, of course, in my pursuit to expand my video game collection, since it's my thing to do, I did want to add some more Sonic games back into it. And, you know, one game that keeps popping up as one that was, like, pretty good was Sonic Colors. Now, like I said, I never played it before up until very recently. I've only ever heard great things about it. So, you know what? Let's celebrate the month of love, and coincidentally enough, the 1 year anniversary of the greatest movie of 2020, Jim Carrey starring Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's take a look at Sonic Colors for the Wii, shall we? Sonic Colors for the Wii. As I kind of said, when you hear of Sonic's return to form, most people will usually point to Sonic Colors. As part of my sporadic appreciation, I didn't even know there was a Dark Age of Sonic until early 2010s, as is, and even then, it didn't really affect me all that much. But when I started to get consistent with Sonic, Colors was constantly brought up as one of the best games in the modern era. And upon booting it up, it already earned points in my book for that opening. Ah, man. Sonic is constantly known for his music, and this is no different. The game in general aims for a more orchestral soundtrack throughout the game, which does sound really nice, but Hot Chili Dog, the theme that plays during the opening, Reach for the Stars, is a fantastic song. Easily pumps you up for anything. And goddamn, the quality of the CGI cutscenes, especially for a Wii game. I don't know, dude. It's pretty impressive to me. Where something like Xenoblade Chronicles was impressive for like the scale of its map sizes, Colors pushes the quality to its limit, I feel. Yeah, there aren't many CGI cutscenes, but that doesn't mean that the in-game renders are bad. The game's environments are vivid and colorful, and aesthetics for each zones are really unique. It was a lot of fun to see what each zone was like. Kind of a shame though that it felt like at least half of the levels in each zone utilized kind of one core level layout, just sprinkling different obstacles throughout to make that particular level unique. That same problem sort of stems to the boss fights as well. There's like 3 templates for the bosses to spread among the 6 different zones. I do think that with enough additions to the game's unique mechanics, as well as special conditions for the fights, it's not that bad, I suppose. But that's all without mentioning the gameplay. So Sonic Colors is part of the boost formula. Taking part through most stages, with enough energy collected from special capsules, Sonic can boost around at high speeds, ignoring enemies and allowing them to get to places faster. Something you learn quick about Sonic games though is that the trademark speed of the series is something that only comes with practice and repetition. Duh. But also can't really be achieved on a consistent basis anyways. There are many segments that require more precise platforming. Old Sonic games had that too, but Sonic's a little funky with his weight and momentum in Colors. It's a little hard to explain, but there have been too many under and over shots to call it a coincidence. Sonic does have a double jump, kinda. He doesn't gain much height from it, and whatever movement he has going on is almost immediately halted in half when doing it, making it a little tricky to adjust to. Funny, considering Sonic Forces kinda had the same problems, and yet no one's brought it up with colors at all, so you silly hypocrites you. As for the level variety, you know, you got your 3D running segments, 2D platforming, you got rail grinding and the sort. It's all pretty well done. Well, except for the tower type levels. These are 2D levels that rotate around a pillar or tower or whatever. But the game gets a little funky with traversing them, since some obstacles and items and such don't respawn, and you can potentially fall to lower levels depending on the layout, and it's just poopy. These were my least favorite parts of the game. Throughout the levels, mostly in 2D sections, you'll also come across the big new addition to the Sonic formula, Wisps. You progressively unlock them as you go through the game, and after coming across a corresponding capsule in the level, you can use their powers whenever it's convenient. There's Laser, which lets you zip pretty much a full screen's length, bouncing off walls as you go. If you aim at special crystals, they automatically take you along a set path instead. Drill lets you burrow into the wall or ground and lets you zip around. You can also use it in water freely. Rockets shoot Sonic high into the air after a brief charge, smashing through appropriate ceilings, allowing Sonic to go into a slow freefall after. Hover lets Sonic slowly float around for a bit. You can also dash through rings without using up time and to get to places faster. Spike lets Sonic stick to whatever surface he's on, allowing him to zip up walls or ceilings. You can also use Spin Dash in Spike form. Cube gives you a screen wipe on enemies and some blocks. Special coins will convert to a platform and vice versa. And finally, Frenzy changes Sonic into an evil Pac-Man that charges forward, eating everything in his path, growing in size as he goes along. He is extremely hard to control in this state. So yeah, each Wisp really isn't anything more than just a fancy means to get you to a location normal Sonic can't get to. Hover and Rocket are practically the same, just slightly different in speed. Getting a Wisp basically goes like this. You get the capsule, then you stop to see where you use it the most appropriately, and then you use it. All in all, yeah, they're alright. It's still kind of cool. I do think that later games do handle the Wisp formula a little bit better. You can also collect red rings all throughout the different levels, and after collecting enough will unlock extra stages in the sort of like bonus rooms areas. Kind of reminds me of the VR missions from Metal Gear Solid series. By completing them all, it'll let you get Supersonic. I didn't do it for this recording, but I do know that that is the case. But what's the deal with the Wisp, you might be asking? Right, I didn't really go over the story. So, Eggman builds a big old amusement park in space, so Sonic and Tails go to check it out and almost immediately find that Eggman is capturing Wisps for some bad reason, so Sonic and Tails go to try and stop him. Did you get all that? It will be on the test, and no copying from other games. That's impossible. Crap. I mean, yeah, Sonic's not really been known for his edgy, complicated plots or anything like that, but, well, besides that, I feel like Colors is much more juvenile compared to the rest of the series. Hell, even with Sonic himself, some of his one-liners, the things that he's kind of been known to be pretty good at doing, are childish even for him. Now, with all that said, it does sort of have a reasoning behind a lot of how the game just sort of comes off as very kiddie, what with the more simplistic controls behind it, with like the introduction of the Wisps and their cutesy designs, with how little characters there are in the game, just kind of keeping the cast to a very, very clear minimum, with just the writing of the scripts in general, and just with how cheesy it is compared to other Sonic games. You know, I did a little bit of research, and they talked about how, you know, they want to aim this more towards kids without alienating the hardcore fans. And to me, that's sort of corporate talk for the hardcore fans are already going to buy it, so let's just piss off and advertise it to some other groups of people. So, you know, I don't really like that mentality, and it's very clear that that's kind of what they were thinking. It's just very fortunate that, you know, the game is still kind of fun for everyone. And so, that's basically it. So, yeah, Sonic Colors, it's a great game. You were all right about that. all this talk about the internet being all like, this is the savior of Sonic, this is what reinvented its designs and got itself back on track again. Yeah, you're pretty much right. I never really played Sonic Unleashed. Some people said that was kind of a step in the right direction. But yeah, no. Sonic Colors is a great game, and I'm happy to have been able to finally play it. But anywho, thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw, you can click right up here to check out some of my other videos that I've done. Or, if you really feel like it, you can click right up there to subscribe. I do have a general timeline of games I will want to play for this little Sonic retrospective. But if you got something in mind that you would really want me to take a look at, if I have access to it potentially, maybe I'll push that onto the docket instead of something else. But thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you all later.